now, back in colour, you see.
Hello, welcome to the Tomorrow People DVD commentary for Worlds Away. My name's Nick Briggs. I'm not a Tomorrow person, but I have two Tomorrow People with me, Nicholas Young and Peter Vaughan Clark.
Hi, Nick, again.
Hello.
Hello. My job is to ask them intelligent questions. Their job is to not answer them and just lark about for the next hour or so.
Yes, and keep you all informed about exactly what went on in the Tomorrow People studios.
So, starting from now. Can either of you think of anything new to say about the starting sequence?
Well, I just said it's why is it yellow this week? And the last one we saw it was not in colour.
These questions and more will be answered.
Indeed. They did actually change the title sequence. They put new headshots in occasionally. I mean, there's an example where Liz has been clearly stuck on, and Tyso as well. It really does look like a stick-on, doesn't it?
Yeah, it probably was.
Did they ever update yours, Peter? Because that's
Yeah, they
still
used
new
to. They used to update us all, really. Every now.
You still look quite young there.
I still do.
So, sorry, did we just slip into an alternative universe there? Your voice had broken in this one, hadn't it?
Oh, has it? Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay, Tim.
You look quite tall too, haven't you? Your legs are quite long there. Proportion.
Today the ambassador comes. I'd almost forgotten.
Oh, now you know what's coming, don't you?
Look, tight budget again. I come in the same blooming tank top sweater. Her hair looks quite real, actually, there, doesn't it?
Yeah, they flicked it back a bit, haven't they?
Yeah, it doesn't look quite sort of Supremes, does it, anymore? But that's the same outfit I was wearing in the last lot, wasn't it?
And the last story,
Yeah.
Secret Weapon. Go out and buy that DVD now, folks.
You are all being far too casual.
Nice colours.
Yes. For those of you who haven't bought Secret Weapon, in the commentary for that, Nicholas was quite preoccupied with the colour of Tim's balls. And we'll be continuing that theme throughout this production.
Are you warm?
He's wearing rather a thick coat.
Thick coat.
I forgot to take it off.
And a pair of rollerblades. Very strange.
No idea. Why, Tim? I don't think you would.
Do you remember the story of this one?
No, I haven't got a clue. I'm just trying to listen to it, really.
Okay, well, I'll shut up then.
I do.
But as it said pyramid at the beginning, is this the one where we have the cool tarn?
The cool tarn, that's
cool
right.
tan. Yeah.
Dust your tubes next. That would be most kind of you, John.
Oh, matron.
This is where Philip is about to... Oh, that was your comedy.
It's called mugging, yeah. Oh, we're back to Tyso's abode. Oh, he's showing off,
Showing off now. Not for long, because he does something with a crystal ball.
Oh, that's right. He tries to make something float and it drops, doesn't it?
I do it and it works, and he does it and it goes all over the place.
Why are you encouraging him to do this display? Because if they're not Tomorrow People, they shouldn't know about this.
I'm being mischievous or something.
They think it's magic, though. They think it's gypsy magic.
Gypsy magic.
Oh, right, gypsy magic. Oh, you forgot about that.
Come and help me unload the van.
She's just been off for a gypsy's kiss.
I did grow up a bit then, didn't I? Got taller.
You know what a gypsy's kiss is?
It's some kind of Cockney rhyming slang, isn't it?
Indeed, yes.
And look, you're
we are
dusting his balls.
balls too, yes.
Yes, Elizabeth.
Oh, I see. He wants his balls dusted because the ambassador's coming. In fact, this is where he manifests himself in the nicest possible way.
He does.
And appears in human form, doesn't he?
In a rather a white naval officer's suit, I seem to
Yes, and
remember.
we couldn't stop laughing.
No, 'cause we...
That's right.
Was that a
Oh, look, I'm big, very unenvironmental there.
Yeah,
All
well,
those
they didn't
CFC
know.
gases. I'm sure Tim would have known that we were making a hole in his ozone layer.
Oh, look,
Got quite a few of these looks.
Yes.
Into the
Obviously,
comedy mugging.
whoever directed this one must have been quite proud.
Cross my palm with silver and let me gaze into my crystal ball.
That's a bit disturbing,
Very.
frankly. There's something quite feminine about him.
Yeah. Oh,
What was it you wanted to cross with silver?
Yeah, it's just about the right weight.
This whole business of Philip playing the ambassador as well. Do you think that was...
because he wanted to appear,
Oh,
I
he
think.
loved it. He
actually
loved
a
it.
cost-saving measure, or
No, well, probably.
had his agent demanded it?
No, I think he got a fee for physically appearing as well. But no, you can imagine if you're permanently tied up, hanging from the ceiling, with just tubes and testicles showing, that you would.
That's conjured up a picture. I don't
Yeah.
want to go there, actually.
Wrap your mind round it.
Yes, I know what you're saying, Nicholas.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like he felt the need to get up and move.
Wrap your mind around it.
Oh, you remember the line?
I know, after all these years.
I thought you were talking... See,
How's you that
Peter's
bit?
paying attention.
I'm paying on these two are just rattling on.
What is
too
happening?
much.
Hey, too much.
Broken.
That's torn it.
Gonna kill me.
Yeah, well, we'll do.
Hasn't torn it, it's broken it.
That's okay, I'll fix it.
I'm a tomorrow person.
Yes, I
Oh,
can
'cause
make
I
it all
forgot
around
about
again.
that, yes. Brilliant.
Good as new.
How?
Clean hands?
Why, what have you been doing?
I don't know what I've been doing ever since. I think I'm a bit smug.
One of my brothers. Come on.
Has she turned out to be anyone famous, that young girl?
Oh, look at me, I'm in a
Denise.
suit. Is that because I'm meeting the ambassador?
Yes.
Splendid, John. Thank you very much.
Now, there's a story behind that suit. I'd forgotten all about it. That was bought for me for one of my appearances in Crown Court.
Ah, yeah.
As the accused, I played Viscount Carville, who had arranged his own kidnapping. And
I remember that.
And I bought the suit afterwards.
Did you get it cut price?
Oh,
Carl?
yeah. And that tie,
word.
believe it or not, that tie was my father's tie from the 1930s.
Really?
Back in fashion. I've still got the tie, and I've got a photograph of my father wearing it in 1930-something or other.
Good Lord. I do remember you in the Crown Court episode.
Well, it was a stunning performance.
It was very good. Because you were just a complete liar, weren't you? And
Well, move swiftly on. Do you remember who my defence counsel was?
No, I don't.
It was
We've
Richard.
fallen in the
It
swamp.
was Richard Wilson.
I don't believe it.
believe it. Yes.
Yeah.
So you see, I did work with some good actors in those days. Anyway, getting back to Peter here.
Thanks a bundle. We're covered in mud.
I don't think I've ever seen this episode. I don't remember it at all.
You're very much in comedy mode here.
Am I?
Yes.
We're building up to a man for Emily, are we? Whatever it is.
Well, when he appears, I would shake his hand, and it's covered in mud, and we were just farting a lot. We were doing that.
Yes.
Just behind his back.
So
and
whose fantasy was it to have you covered in excrement?
Well, he's fell in the swamp. Tim's upset that we're all filthy, and here he comes. Oh, my
yes, yeah.
word. Dig the music.
Oh, look at that. A bit of interference. Actually, that's rather better than the effect they used in the latest Star Wars movie, where the bloke's in the middle there. Have you seen it?
No, I haven't seen any of the new ones.
Sorry,
This
Stephen,
was
but
better
I
than
just-
Star Wars,
I
you're
think so.
saying?
I think
Yes,
it's much.
Kick Star Wars.
Nice outfit.
Very nice.
That's what Chris Patton should have worn when he handed Hong Kong back, but he wouldn't wear it. Wouldn't wear the
Really?
kit. No, it wouldn't wear
Wouldn't
it.
wear the dead chicken on his
No,
head.
that's it. It's ostrich feather, actually.
I am Timos Ernok Moster, ambassador of the Galactic
Silence, Ernok.
Tim for short.
Community for your world. I thank you for your welcome.
Yeah, did you know that?
No. No.
Hand-touching ritual was
There's a bit of stick-on mud there.
I haven't offended you in any way. I would not wish to offend. No, the handshake was just right.
I think you've been arrested for offending
He
since.
was offended.
Try wearing that down Teddington High Street.
It's all right for Farnham, mate.
Your ambassador, Kenny, told me it was exactly right. Just what ambassadors
He was having a laugh.
He is winding you up.
Extracting the urine.
No, it's fine. Good. I would not wish to appear.
You see, even being rude about Kenny, and he's not even in it anymore.
Yes.
Oh dear. There's a lot of those looks. What are you doing, Nick?
It's called mugging.
Is it mugging?
Yes, in the days before mugging meant what it meant today.
Know that voice. Same as Tim's.
Tim's? He is referring to me, Your Excellency, and observing the
It's the
fact
same initials.
have the same voice.
So they must have pre-recorded Tim's lines.
Brilliant. How did you work that out?
Just trying to
See,
get conversation
time
going.
up, earn
Trying
up
to earn me
man's
money
up.
here. I'll shut up, shall I?
Where this was 30 years ahead of its time or more is
Yes.
that he's talking about being cloned, you see.
Indeed.
So long before Dolly, they were
All the
cloning
people, the Rislings or whatever.
No, the Rislings. Yeah, he was in Jesus Christ Superstar.
Who?
One of the guys who's...
They're not really
In the
called
papers.
Riesling. I just made that up. That's the
No,
name
they
for
are
wine.
called Rilings or something like that.
There you are. Look, he just said there were 64 of us, and they wrote a little song saying, "Will you still love me when I'm 64?" You see? So that's what it was about. About Tim.
Tasks we're willing to undertake.
Must be something pretty serious to bring you all the way from the trig.
It is. But before I elaborate, I would like to see the Great Pyramid of
Is
Cheops.
that legal?
What, elaborating? Yeah, they can't touch you for it.
Elaborating with the trig.
It is open to tourists, isn't it? Yes.
If you don't mind
I
being-
think you're
yes.
going to have to wear something a little less.
Splendid.
Yes.
Stupid.
Stupid and get into a Morecambe and Wise costume.
What did Liz say? A little bit less what?
conspicuous.
C-O-N-S-P-I-C-U-S, yes.
That wasn't stock footage, no.
No.
Nice shot there. Nice styles here.
Look at this.
Do you think he's American,
The
then?
man
Torres?
from Del Monte.
Let us hang back here.
I thought the pyramids were built by the pharaohs of ancient Egypt.
Your ancient rulers may have carved their names in the stones and had themselves buried inside, but they didn't build them.
And who did?
The Kultan, of course, when they landed on Earth thousands.
Still got his white gloves on.
Yes. Well, he's
clean them up.
He's a neurotic obsessive, isn't he? He's sort of Howard Hughes type. Doesn't want to touch anything in case he's been contaminated.
Yes. Unless I am much...
He really hams it up here, doesn't he?
I'm free. I can
free.
walk
I'm out of
around.
that bloody box.
Yes.
Look, I've got legs.
My balls are carrying me for a change.
Now, do you remember it now, Nick?
No, not really. I haven't seen it. I don't think I've ever seen this episode.
You have, of course you have.
No, I haven't.
That's not actually you in it.
Isn't it?
What's that strange creaking noise? What's that? It's the producer moving in the background.
They open up a secret.
He's moving around a lot, isn't he?
He's taking full advantage of his
Yes.
flexibility.
On the other side, there's kind of like a big statue of a mummy.
Oh, look, there's a shadow of a camera down the bottom there.
No, it isn't.
Yes,
It
it
isn't.
is.
No, it isn't. It's a Kultan.
That's incredible.
How did you let it? Look at that bit of dust there.
I mean, it's incredible. You're a tomorrow person. You can do anything you like, not open a door.
Plenty of spiders in there.
Well, that's what the World Wide Web meant in those days.
Oh, Christmas decoration stuff, that is.
Really quite exciting. I imagine we must be the first humans to enter this.
He looks excited, doesn't he?
Whispering.
Ever since the Kultan went here,
But wait a minute, he just said we're the first humans, but he's not human, is he?
I may be able to
Is
show
he?
you what they look
No.
Come on, Nick, you should know.
No, he's not human.
He's from the trig. No, he must be a bit human.
Why
Which
must be
bit?
Don't know his legs.
Turn left, please.
Oh my God, that scared the hell out of me. It's a hologram.
I say, look at that.
Well, I've still got that tie, as I say. Do you think I could sell it?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so. Oh, what's he doing? Why is he doing that? Oh, he's not really there.
Holographic.
Still working after all this time. Still, it proves we are on the right.
Astonishing.
You've seen this before.
I still can't work out why everyone's talking in slightly hushed tones.
sector. They are all basically similar.
And that
He might hear you.
Image of one, yes. Come on.
Oh dear. Oh, that's nice.
Radiation room. And the radiation equipment. All
He
fortunate.
likes to roll his arse, doesn't he? Yeah. Radiation room.
Around the ragged rock.
Sure, it's not just an archaeologist.
Oh, look, he's made familiar ground. There's a dangling tube, look.
Had a mighty empire. On most of the worlds they ruled, there were human inhabitants. Because the Kultan are particularly fond of human beings.
Someone being Flash, Phil. Peculiarly.
Can we just analyse what he means by particularly fond? I mean, in what particular way? To eat them or to what?
I don't know. We listen, I
Does he
suppose.
suck
and-
our brains out or something? I can't remember.
I can't
I think
remember.
so,
Is
yeah.
that what they do?
We go back
Oh,
in
no,
time.
he just said.
Ah, what? We
Eats them alive.
The clue's in the script.
The Galactic Federation forced them to give up the Earth about 6,000 of your years ago. And we only
Yes, he's
found
probably
out
got that
quite
written on the back there, hasn't he?
what Khan had left behind on the worlds they were forced to give up.
I'm sorry, Philip, I didn't mean that.
Like this.
I,
This is the reason why telepathic life took so
I think
long
this is
to
one of
evolve.
Saddam's secret weapon factories, don't you?
Worn itself out and ceased to operate.
operate? How?
It transmits a radiation into a planet's magnetic field.
I'm glad you're listening to this.
I'm riveted.
Yes, I'm remembering it. I do remember this. And I
was-
wasn't even in the scenes.
Because if you pay attention, it'll stop you asking questions later.
Well, we go into Opportunity Knocks, don't we, soon?
Not in this one.
It's in the next episode or something, is it?
The next story.
Oh, it's another story, is it?
So-
God, they always filmed in that caravan. That confused me.
Never have found your powers.
Why is he wearing his poppy with pride? Was it near November the 11th when we filmed it?
Because the Kultan
November the 11th.
Well, he's wearing a...
can never cancel.
Yeah.
It's a
He's wearing
rose.
a, oh, it's a rose.
Oh, Poppy Day thing.
Oh, he's a Labour supporter, is he?
They're jealous of species that can evolve to telepathy.
That is part of their motive, yes. The other is, if they are to hang on to colonies, they must prevent tomorrow people from
This was to punish him for saying, I want to appear. They've just given him the most huge amount of dialogue,
Yeah,
haven't
It
they?
really has, yeah.
Just learn all this then, Philip.
And don't forget to roll your R's.
Painful.
Well, no matter how advanced and sophisticated their technology was.
Unless they had a psi damping transmitter like this.
Side damping transmitter. That's the one.
And how do we spell psi in that particular way?
PSI.
Well, there you go.
She kicked it.
She did.
Stands for pounds per
It's like,
square
no,
inch,
because
doesn't it?
that made us all dormant for ages.
There is a planet
Nice tracking shot there.
which we know the Kultan have colonized. Before they took it over, Piri was about to develop a telepathic life form. We, the Galactic,
It's a source, Piri Piri.
want you to go to Piri and destroy the psi damping transmitter. It is in a pyramid very like this one.
Aren't they all? Aren't they all?
Saying what other shapes do they come in?
In other words, we will be using the same set later.
Yeah.
So, pyramid selling then?
Just like that?
Yes.
Just like that. Tommy Cooper was, of course, very popular at the time.
He was in Thames Studio quite often.
Yeah.
In fact, the one thing Peter could do well when it came to acting was an impression of Tommy Cooper.
Yes, well,
Can you do it now?
Go on, then do it now, go on.
just like that. No, I'm not doing it.
You're not
Don't
gonna-
look at me. I mean, it's an awful thing. I'll do it later on.
We'll look the other way.
But everyone can do it, Tommy Cooper.
That's why they need
Most of the people watching this DVD have probably never heard of him.
He was a big bloke. Oh.
their special powers, they'd be lost.
What was
Very.
that? That was Michael Caine, wasn't it? You're a big
I
man.
do not like you. You're a big man, but you're out of shape.
If our mission is a success,
He was a
why
big
is it out of
bloke.
focus, that
Aha.
That is very bad hairdo.
What,
I tried to
yours?
do that last week, actually. It's very strange when I do that.
You
with
look
mine.
like you're wearing the pullover I wore in an earlier episode. You are, aren't you?
It's a very big V, isn't it?
It
I
is.
think it is.
Kicking. Nice. Works for me,
Is that trendy now?
apparently.
Well, I had a pullover just like that. I think he's wearing it.
We'll have to wear Pyrian costume.
Well,
Tyso's
You could have
been very-
rotated them, I suppose. You could have rotated jumpers.
Tyso's very talkative in this.
He's got all Kenny's lines.
Yeah. That's,
I.e. none at all.
Oh, here we go. This is what we're dressed in our little kind of similar to that other episode.
Where are we supposed to be here then?
Oh,
There we go.
Is this some 1920s abandoned
Waistcoat.
this is
expedition?
the planet
Yeah.
Piri.
Oh, is it?
Keep up.
Look at those.
Well, we
Bloody
can't-
trousers are ridiculous, Nick. I mean,
Yours, you mean?
but all of ours.
That yours are particularly
This
bad,
is the
that piece.
famous
They
one. No,
are.
no, I'm in a dead trendy outfit. Look at that. That's
Yeah,
brilliant.
nice, nice.
But this is the one where I have that silly stun gun that looks like something out of a Mars comic.
Oh, the red one.
Yeah.
be careful. Remember, this isn't a Surrey
Yes,
wood.
Tyso still hasn't been allocated any script, has he?
No.
And don't forget, you don't have your special powers.
And you haven't got a squirrel around your neck either.
I think I look rather fetching in my boa. It's rather nice. No, that doesn't look like anywhere on Earth, does it?
No.
Now, shall I tell you something boring?
Yes,
Burning
go on,
beaches.
well, you're obviously going to.
Well,
Yes.
it's just that you notice that later on, I think it's in the next episode, they decide to put a sort of filter effect on this to make it look like an alien world.
Oh, right.
And they've just forgotten to do it in this episode.
Well, they probably pre-filmed it 9 months earlier. That's why. Never intended to do it.
This was that line. Do you remember when they, was it
You'll
Reg
see what I
Lyle,
mean.
was it, when he goes, the sun's at its zenith, and it's with rain.
Looks like a Christmas tree factory, doesn't it? Mind you, see, they're probably fairly safe with conifers. I mean, they're supposed to have been on the planet for millions
Oh, he
of years.
puts his foot on a trap, doesn't he?
Oh, yes, that's right. He's going to put his head in one.
Head in one, yeah.
This is an old gypsy trick, is it? To put your ear to the ground and hear the train coming.
Someone's coming.
Someone's at a dump round here. I can smell it. There he is. Old silver hair.
He doesn't actually appear properly for a long time, that guy.
Oh, that's that bird. I remember her. She came to my party. Oh,
No, come on, that was interesting. She came to my party.
She did. I was far too young for her, I think. She liked the.
If you don't say something saucy, I shall pretend to be you. And everyone, yeah, actually,
She was bloody lovely. Big ears, though.
really.
Nice to hold on to, that, isn't it?
Some would say quite useful.
Well, didn't.
For hearing, I mean, obviously.
We had to do it that way in those days because we had to ruin our hairstyle otherwise.
Are you understanding this, children? You see, look, because
Yellow,
it's
yes.
meant to be yellow on film as well.
This was filmed just near Heathrow. I remember it now.
Those trousers.
Trouble
were
getting a
really-
quiet bit, didn't we?
I'm going when the
I think
worst.
I look perfectly sensible in my outfit.
I don't.
I think that the light trousers on Peter look a bit stupid.
Yeah, the panto.
Well, they've got fox hunting.
Ali
horns.
Baba and the 40 Thieves.
So he's got good earring, And he can,
Yeah,
well,
there's not
obviously he can
animals
listen to the
around
ground,
here.
doesn't he?
Who's that?
Tyson, come back.
No,
No, I didn't understand.
he says it's not animals you're hunting. It's not animals they are hunting.
Who lit the
The
candles?
difference being it's human beings.
Oh, look at
Human
those.
beings.
Straight out of
I'm,
Woolies.
I'm sure I had one of those as a kid.
One of those guns, yeah, of course it goes.
And there she goes. Yeah.
2 ever-ready batteries.
She's rather lovely, this girl, I think. She's some of European extract.
Something like that. I can't remember
She
her
has got
name.
an accent.
She was rather dishy.
No one else on the planet has the same accent.
Didn't they?
Nobody else has got boar's eyes either.
What are those dogs called?
That's what they are, isn't it? Aren't they boar's eyes, those dogs? They are.
Oh, I don't know.
They are
Sorry,
from-
being rude.
They are
Irish
from
wolfhound.
Russia.
They're an Irish
Oh,
wolfhound.
you reckon it's an
aren't they?
Irish wolfhound, do you?
Yeah.
Padding about. Actually, you're probably right. They
Yeah,
are. They're
they-
not boar's eyes. You're quite right.
She's not very far ahead. Doesn't stand much of a chance. And why
No.
do they need
Well,
a
I can't
torch
see where
and-
they're going. It's a strange planet. It gets dark every 5 minutes.
I think that was Pat Gorman who made a career out of being an extra.
Yes, and a very good one he was too.
Yeah. Said the odd word.
It's a bit sad when you even know the name of the extras, don't you think, Peter?
He was the dog handler, I
Because
think,
he's been
to
in
remember
Doctor Who a
that
lot,
guy.
and I'm a sad Doctor Who
Oh,
fan.
right. And there's Flintlock. See, that's just a hint there.
That's just-
subtle
yeah,
hint
it's just getting 'em
that
ready.
They're changing the cast. Shortly, there's Karen Flintlock's.
Get
Oh,
it.
come on, get stuck in your...
What do you think
No,
of the funky
I tried it.
music?
Very good. I'm just looking at the funky outfit I'm wearing.
Endlessly fascinated by his own costume.
Where did we film this? This wasn't Burnham Beaches, was it? Or was it?
It's the Planet Piri.
Isha?
Seriously, can you remember where we filmed it?
No, I can't.
Oh!
Oh,
Ooh.
yes, it's the net.
What did you say?
Help me.
It wasn't very difficult, was it? I don't remember this. Why didn't I fancy her then? I can't remember her at all.
Don't you? I think you did.
Did I?
Yeah, I'm sure you did. You were a knob on a stick, you were, in those days.
That sounds quite painful, actually.
And you still are, aren't you? You old rascal. Just a bit older.
A complete knob.
A complete knob.
Certainly dragging her off there, aren't I? Those dogs' tails wagging like they've got some chum to come.
I don't know why that's funny.
No. And it'll be Kalampa.
Well, they don't look like vicious hounds.
They don't.
do
They look. Actually, they look quite disinterested.
Yes.
They're sort of like,
They're
yeah,
not
all right.
slavering, you know.
I'd
And what
rather go and sit
what
down.
they should have had is just tie a pussy to the back of Tyso, and that would have get them going, wouldn't it?
I just want you to think back to what you've just said then. Just take a
Nothing
moment.
is said by accident. They said that word had a totally different meaning in those days.
Yeah.
It meant a feline. As it still does.
It's the men who are barking, not the dogs. You notice that? They're all going ruff, ruff, ruff.
I think everybody in the
the
show.
old-
I think everybody in the show was barking by now.
This will be the
Oh.
end of the episode then.
He's been caught in a man
And the
trap.
dogs come a running.
Yes, you are. You sure there are only 3 episodes in this one?
Very quick.
I've got
seem
a
to
funny
rush.
feeling there might be 4, you know. Still, we'll find out.
I think there is 4. I think there is 4.
Yeah. There are 4.
Of course, Tim in those days.
There was always 4. I never did 3.
No, there were 3.
Yeah, but that was
So
when
often-
I
Lydia
left,
Lyle,
I
that's who she was, Lydia Lyle. I do
Lydia-
remember her now, yes.
Of course, I
Lydia.
mean, for the people watching, they'll know how many episodes there are.
Yes,
it'll
because
be
they
written on the box.
Yeah, they bought them.
They'll be in the know, and we won't.
Of course, Tim in those days was what you used to call directory inquiries, wasn't it? No, it wasn't. It was what you used to call the speaking
time,
clock.
that's
Speaking
right.
clock.
Speaking clock.
Is it not that anymore?
Vic Hughes.
I think it still is. You're quite.
He
You dial
directed
1,
the
2, 3
film.
now.
Dennis Kirkland.
Went on to
Ah.
do Benny Hill.
Yes.
You did.
Did Benny
Can't you
mind?
spot the style?
Yes, that's true.
All
Yeah.
the running around.
Yes, he wanted to speed up that sequence so we were marching through the...